Way back in history along the Nordic coast, that was the sound all the people feared the most. It would echo through the night, up and down the foggy fjord. It was Eric and his bloodthirsty horde. Eric the awful, the brutal and tenacious. Eric the awful, the ruthless and courageous. Subtle as a chainsaw, lacking all the social graces. You could run, but you could not hide. Yes, and as the oars of the sleek, fierce Viking ship cut like knives through the fog-shrouded Nordic Sea, transporting its wild, marauding band of Viking heathens stealthily towards their unsuspecting, slumbering victims, there he stood, on the foredeck, Eric, the awful, the wildest, bloodthirstiest Viking of them all. His mama named him Eric because she couldn't spell oh. He had a hairy head, a hairy face, hairy chest, hairy arms, hairy legs, hairy boots, and a hairy hat shaped like a big bullet with horns coming out the sides. And once he started after you, he'd never stop. He'd turn to his oarsmen in his 37 oared fjord and say, "Fear to fear, to fist to feed, for to feed to feed," which was Viking for yow! Ravage, plunder, pillage, maim, and put big hickeys on all the fair damsels. And it was Eric the awful, the brutal and tenacious. Eric the awful, mercy's sakes, goodness gracious. His appetite for slaughter was simply voracious. You had to sleep with your sneakers by your side. Yes, and when the villagers heard that awful battle alarm, yeah, that's the one, they would run for their lives, fleeing over hills and through valleys to the river, whereupon they would walk midstream for 37½ miles, climbing out on a low-lying branch, shinnying down a young sapling onto rocky ground, and leaping from stone to stone until they arrived 1 week later at a secret cave 297 miles away. And as they sat down for the first time to catch their breath, outside they heard, yes, it was Eric the awful, the brutal and tenacious. Eric the awful turned up in the darkest places, subtle as a chainsaw, lacking all social graces. You could run, but you could not hide. This time they cut south to Paris, bought tickets on the Orient Express to Istanbul, hired a U-Haul to the coast, jumped a Greek freighter across the Mediterranean Sea to Mongolia, hooked up with a camel caravan into the heart of the Gobi Desert, and as they paused at an oasis to lift one handful of cool water to their parched lips, over their shoulder they heard, They fled to Calcutta, the Himalayas, Tokyo, Toronto, Toledo, and Hira, Georgia. But it was no use. They finally succumbed to a savage plundering and pillaging, followed by a big hickey party on the outskirts of what is now Washington, D.C., where the descendants of Eric can still be found today, working as special agents for the IRS. Oh, yes, it's Eric, the awful, the brutal and tenacious. Eric amassed a small fortune in his later years, posing for Molly Hatchet album covers and doing stunt work for Arnold Schwarzenegger in Conan the Barbarian. Oh, yes, and he also won an Academy Award for his dual role as a train wreck and his tender portrayal of King Kong's daddy. Oh, you might remember the end of that one. There wasn't a dry eye in the house when he married the Empire State Building friends. Woo! Yes, oh, he had to. Oh, it was a wonderful experience. Oh, yes, my goodness.
Hey guys, hurry, he's ready, he's coming. Ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Ray Stevens!
Here they come down Main Street, drums a-flailing and sirens a-wailing, what a roar. Bands a-playing, flags a-waving, vanguards and motorcycles go. Clowns are reclining to the crowd and pinching every pretty girl who dared to smile. This is a glorious mess, everybody wears a fez, the parade stretches out for a mile. It's a typical American phenomenon where all the members have a fine old time. It's the 43rd annual convention of the Grand Mystic Royal Order of the Northern Sun, the Alibaba Temple of the Shrine. Hello, operator. Give me room 321, please. Thank you. Hello, Noble Lumpkin. This here is the lustrous potentate. I said it's the lustrous potentate. The illustrious Coy, that blame it, this is Bubba. Coy, why wasn't you at the parade? What? How'd you get that big Harley up there in your room, Coy? What? Quit revving it up. I can't hear you. Turn it off. Listen, I just want you to know one thing. You have embarrassed us all, the whole Hey Hira delegation. Now, you be at the secret meeting tonight. You hear me, son and Coy? Don't answer the phone. Well, it was a secret meeting in the dead of the night with mysterious sanctimony, in accordance with prescribed rituals of time-honored ceremony. Matters of grave concern were weighed with dedicated caution, like whether or not to raise it stood or draw or spit in the ocean. It's a typical American phenomenon where all the members have a fine old time. It's the 43rd annual convention of the Grand Mystic Royal Order of the Noble Sun, the Alibaba Temple of the Shrine. Operator, give me room. How'd you know? Hello, Coy. Lustrous potentate, where have you been? Knew you wasn't at the meeting. Well, I found out that 3 o'clock this morning, you out there and you threw the looms in the motel swimming pool with a bunch of them waitresses from the cocktail lounge. Now, Coy, that ain't no way to act. We're supposed to be pillars of the community. Well, how'd you get the big Harley up there on the high dives, Coy? Listen, son, we get back to Hey Hira, you can just turn in your ring and your tie tack, because you just might be out of the shrine. What do you mean you might join the Hell's Angels? Coy, don't you hang up on me. Hello. Hey. Operator, yeah, we cut off room 321. Coy, you don't hang up on the lustrous potentate. I said it's the lustrous potentate. The IP. Bubba. It's Bubba. Call it! Let's hear it for the Harley! Well, there once was a fella named Willard McBain, and he only had just one thought on his brain. Every evening about midnight he'd slip off alone and call the same lady on a paid telephone. It's me again, Margaret. Hello, is this Margaret? You don't know me, Margaret, but I know you. Well, this upset the lady, gave her the blues. So she called up the police, said, what shall I do? Well, the chief of detectives came around to her home and eavesdropped upon them on her upstairs phone. It's me again, Margaret. Hello, is this Margaret? Ooh, I know it's you, Margaret. Well, they called up Ma Bell, traced him on down to a funky old phone booth on the outskirts of town. It was there that the vice squad with the field glasses read the lips of that amorous man as he said, "It's me again, Margaret." Hello, is this Margaret? I know it's you, Margaret. Wanna hear me bark like Ren 1010? Well, they cuffed him and dragged him to the station downtown, and they allowed him one phone call before the jailer came round. He wet his chapped lips and cleared his young throat, and then he dialed the telephone. Softly he spoke. It's me again, Margaret. They got me, Margaret. You ain't gonna miss me, Margaret, I know that. But I'll miss you. And when I get out, Margaret, I'm gonna come over there with a weed eater and a live chicken and some Cool Whip. We'll have a big old time, Margaret.
Why, yes, ma'am. You can post bond right over here.
Mr. McBain, please.
That'll be $350.
Hello, everyone. This is your Action News reporter with all the news that is news across the nation on the scene at the supermarket. There seems to have been some disturbance here. Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened?
Yeah, I did. I was standing over there by the tomatoes, and here he come, running through the pole beans, through the fruits and vegetables, naked as a jaybird. And I hollered over to Ethel. I said, "Don't look, Ethel!" And it's too late. She'd already been incensed.
Here comes,
Boogie-da, boogie-da,
they go,
boogie-da, boogie-da.
and he ain't wearing no clothes.
Oh, yes, they call him the street.
Boogie-da, boogie-da,
Fastest thing on 2 feet.
boogie-da, boogie-da.
He's just as proud as he can be of his anatomy. He gon' give us a peek. Oh, yes, they call him the street.
Boogie-da, boogie-da,
He likes to show off his physique.
boogie-da, boogie-da.
If there's an audience to be found, he'll be streaking it round, inviting public critique. This is your Action News reporter once again, and we're here at the gas station. Pardon me, sir, did you see what happened?
Yeah, I did. I was just in here getting my tires checked, and he just appeared out of the traffic. Just come streaking around the grease right there. Didn't have nothing on but a smile. I looked in there, and Ethel was getting her cold drink. I hollered, "Don't look, Ethel!" And it's too late. She'd already been mooned. Flashed her right there in front of the shop absorber.
He ain't rude,
Boogity, boogity,
he ain't loose.
boogity, boogity.
He's just in the mood to ride in the news.
Oh, yes, they call him the street.
Boogie-da, boogie-da,
He likes to turn the other cheek.
boogie-da, boogie-da.
He's always making the news, wearing just his tennis shoes. Guess you could call him unique. Once again, your Action News reporter in the booth at the gym covering the disturbance at the basketball playoff. Pardon me, sir, did you see what happened?
Yeah, I did. Halftime, I was just going down there to get Ethel a snow cone. Here he come, right out of the cheap seats, dribbling, right down the middle of the court. Didn't have on nothing but his PAs. Made a hook shot and got out through the concession stand. I hollered up at Ethel. I said, "Don't look, Ethel!" And it was too late. She'd already got a free shot. Grandstand, right there in front of the home table.
Well, yes, they call him the street.
Here comes again. Who's that with him? Ethel! Is that you,
He's
Ethel?
just as proud as he can be.
What do you think you're
Listen
doing?
at me. He gon' give us a
You get
key.
your clothes on!
Well, yes, they call him the street.
Ethel, where you
He
go?
likes to show off his physique.
Ethel, you shameless hussy!
If there's an audience to be found, he'll be streaking it round, inviting public critique.
Say it isn't so, Ethel!
Well, yes, they call him the street.
Ethel!
Well, they got a tight little unit, you know that are most famous all over from coast to coast. Really laying down the sound as much as you can stand. They got 3 outfits, red, yellow, and blue. Volkswagen station wagon, luggage carrier too. Got their name painted on the side, you know it looks so grand. Talking about Freddie Feel Good and his funky little 5-piece band. Oh yeah. They got a drummer named Yum Yum. He can really go some, blow real cool, make all the girls drool. They got a cat named Ace. He plays the bass. Fella named Tyrone. He plays the trombone. Cat named Percy. Have mercy. Plays piano in the treble clef. Yeah, and the trumpet man, he's the leader of the band. Here's Freddie Feel Good himself. Work out now. They go, everybody starts rocking on the dance hall floor, stomping their feet to the rhythm and clapping their hands. You can bet everybody's gonna have a good time, cause the music they play, you know it sounds fine. It's the kind with a down home beat that you can understand. I'm talking about Freddie Feel Good and his funky little 5-piece band. Oh yeah. Once in a while, don't it hit you? Just for a second, when you're all alone. That great big empty feeling, oh, like you don't really belong. Deep down you know you've been faking it, lying to yourself all along. Yeah, you've been sliding through life, singing somebody else's song. You got to feel the music. You gotta feel the music. You got to find that melody, put it in your key, oh, but you gotta be the one to choose it, yeah. And when you feel the music, instead of just laying back and marking time. Don't you waste your time trying to be what somebody else got planned for you to be. 'Cause you got to be the one to find it. Yeah, you got to go out there and fulfill your own destiny. And it's gotta well up down deep inside you till happy tears of joy you cry. Yeah, and if you don't love it, oh, just tell them to shove it, 'cause you're gonna find the real thing by and by. You got to feel the music. I say you gotta feel the music. You got to find that melody, put it in your key, oh, but you gotta be the one to choose it, yeah. And when you feel the music, all the words start to rhyme. And that's when you truly start living, instead of just laying back and marking time. Let me tell you, brothers and sisters, you got to feel the music. Oh, you got to feel the music. You gotta find that melody, put it in your key, oh, but you gotta be the one to choose it, yeah. And when you feel the music, all the words start to rhyme. And that's when you truly start living, instead of just laying back, marking time. One more time, you got to feel the music. You gotta feel the music. All the words start to rhyme. And that's when you truly start living, instead of just laying back,